be there.
Yeah, we will see some a bit of adjustment, right? Like MAHADEWA now being the first pick, they're gonna go with the same thing, man. The Yuan.
I mean, it's a good pick, right? I mean, some teams come out and really shine with it, like we saw DAO earlier. It's a great pick, but it's all about making sure you get ahead first. And unfortunately, MAHADEWA just wasn't able to.
I think I don't think that the Yuan was the biggest issue. Like, it was not a draft issue. It was more, I mean, aside from the William Ho, but I think it was more of like execution. You got to play the strategy. You got to see what the enemy's doing and then counter, or maybe you counter invade the enemy jungle because of the space that's given.
Yeah, speaking of strategy, right? The DMT is still remaining with their play style. Zone out with proper crowd control and tank line power. But this kind of combination that we keep on repeating here in the desk is the combination. Whoa, yeah, I kind of felt that. Starting with the Dharma and the Zhang Fei. Perfect runway for the outburst. And how about this for an addition for DMT?
Look, I'm a big fan of data, right? And data tells me that Dominating Esports is actually dominant with the Zhang Fei on the L, right? They were 10-0 in the Indonesian qualifiers. Every single team knew they played a Zhang Fei, but they try to ban it or they try to play around it, but they just can't beat him. L is just too good on this hero.
It's like the Soul, right? In their own way of cooking things in the map. Because having this with them really adds up like a perfect boiling point for the team to even handle if you're up against this kind of lineup. Yeah, this kind of Luna, Zhang Fei, you have Zone as well. It's like a way of pseudo countering Yuan too. So with no Ogren, no Lady Sun, they're really tripping on the choice of their farm lane here. Also their mid lane. It has been a very difficult situation to be here if you're up against this kind of lineup that Team DMT is so comfortable with.
Yeah, while I like your analogy, it does make sense. I don't like it because I'm hungry. You're talking about food and cooking and all these things, and it's making me uncomfortable. That said, Angela being picked up yet again. Looks like it's gonna be the Jurl show again. They've kind of protected it with the bands of the Ogren and the Elaine, who like to just kind of jump on her on the back line. So this is gonna be a little bit difficult for MAHADEWA.
Ooh, Marco Polo for the fourth pickup of MAHADEWA, revealing their farm lane right away. But DMT, they want to stick with their guns. They know Dahlia is going to be on the zone out. Dun will be the one to ult for the follow-ups. With this kind of Angela same pick for DMT, they can rinse repeat again for this one. The Mangya! Wow. Yep, on the last pick, that space right there, adding with the Dharma and the Zhang Fei. I'm leaning toward this lineup and DMT.
Yeah, DMT right now. I mean, with Luna and like Zhang Fei, Dharma, who's going to be in your face, and then you just kind of round that out with Mengya, just like artillery bombarding everybody from the back line. That is a great lineup. That's a scary lineup for MAHADEWA to be coming in. And of course, this is game 2. They're down a game. They need this just to kind of get to that third game.
Well, let's find out. It's match point for Dominator for this series. Who will have a chance in this one? It's a battle for the seeding and a battle for tournament life as well. We will know for sure. Execution will be tested, and for this, DMT better start. That's where the composition comes to shine.
Yeah, MAHADEWA needs to do a better job ensuring that Amy has
that is the better job already. The level 1 invade is going to go over to the side of MAHADEWA this time.
Ooh, okay. A bit of a deep step there, Sipangs. That was like 2 against MAHADEWA, so it could have been a safe space. But again, they were trying to read something else. But if it was out of position and you were like giving the kills onto Mons and Amy, those are the 2 people that Team DMT has been respecting in that interview.
That is exactly what happened to Mons last game. So it's just funny that they repeated that. They were like, oh yeah, I'm going to bring my buddy. I want to make sure that we have an advantage here with Amy there. So great start for MAHADEWA. That's what you wanted to have done to kind of get yourself a real good chance in this game.
Looking at this matchup, the Mangya and the Marco Polo, I think this is still a great counter for bullets, right? Like, I know it's like the animation for guns, but in terms of the damage, early game, they really have a close point on how to counter it all.
Look at that. I think Amy did get this one, but is a little bit on the lower side. But Dominator threatening every single, jungle camp.
Amy, okay. But on the third HP peel that DMT did, yeah, they need to be careful with that. They're rotating as one as early as possible.
Sorry, I think Freddy actually stole that one. I think he did get the advantage because of that. Nonetheless, Toshi still just doing so much damage, pushing it in the bottom lane already. And this is a little uncomfortable. I'm not a huge fan of the Marco Polo into the Mengya here, but I mean, they did last pick the Mengya, so it wasn't really fair.
Yeah, it was too early of a reveal. I know it's the second phase of the picking, yes, but they kind of like play with it, right? But it depends on how they want to do this, because either you get in the mind of the coaches or play with the comfort at all.
Yep, L having to leap out of there as well. I mean, that's a little too close for comfort for L and Toshi. But right now, seeing a 3v2, trying to formulate down into the farm lane. MAHADEWA are actually ahead with the gold, very slightly as well.
All on half HP. Adam and ready, 2 against 3. Looks like movement is trying to be baited by MAHADEWA as soon as possible. But you see the rotation coming in from our Freddy and Juro, not letting go of each other just yet. Mainly because of the rotations they can give. They know there's no anxiety present in the mid lane. This gives free run in this combination. Juro and Freddy just do what they had to do in game number 1.
Yeah, Enix, they're going to be left alone for a bit. Yep, he's going to make his way to the bottom lane. Just give a little bit of time and XP for Enix to kind of get going. I think that he's had a little bit of a hiccup in terms of a start. A farm, he's a little bit behind, but it's kind of tough to just play against this Toshi Menya. He's actually kind of good on him in terms of farming.
Yeah, and a great power pick as well. So that's the zone out. L receiving some pokes here. It's ready. Yep.
Yep, he gets the Leaping Savior onto Toshi for safety.
Still a tough guy. Not yet on the early power for damage. So far, it's maintaining the distance. They're really keeping these guys at bay. Like 3 guys right onto the farm lane. Anxiety, Yep, and Enix. This also gives a coverage for DMT to take out either Clash Lane or the mid lane, because nothing else is getting EXP there, right?
Yeah, it looks like that we're gonna go for a gank, but not enough in terms of minions. Not a real threat against L. You can kind of bounce away. Toshi just does so much damage from the backside. Oh, okay, Gerald almost made a play.
Yeah, almost, but it's a level 6. Good thing it was evaded as well. They're really kind of overstaying their positions here in the farm lane.
Already, I mean, thank you for Mayim for having that increased movement speed for the Invincible Warrior, but it's not going to come through into that 2v1 that they were really hoping for on the side of MAHADEWA, but they look like they're going to get that neutral objective.
A good thing. It's a complete recovery of overstaying, but by just saying, guys, an objective is here. You want to take it or not? Because nothing is committing just yet for DMT, because their lineup is just yet to show.
Yeah, I mean, give it up to Tyrant, not the end of the world. Yes, it's the first one. It will really help Enix kind of help with his farm, kind of compete with his Toshi in the bottom lane. So I think it's going to be a good start for him. But Mons hasn't had, I mean, he's been pushed away a little bit. Yeah, he got first blood, which really helped him out. But, you know, in terms of just absolutely dominating the lane, hasn't really done that against your tank here.
Okay, it's a bit of a counter movement rotation that we're seeing here. Although MAHADEWA was 1-0, Dominator has a lead of 1K. So far they're not letting go of their cards just yet, because an Overlord can still be taken here by DMT. So far it's just pure like the poke and feel, just the kiting that we're seeing here from the farm lane. Not too much in action, because they know they can't just force team punch MAHADEWA, because at any point in time they might fail.
Yeah, they're definitely fail. Oh, Toshi taking a lot of damage. Woo! Yeah, somehow survives.
That was a lot of damage in a short space of time, right?
Yeah, speaking of which, guys, but good thing they traded with an Overlord right on point.
Oh, okay, there's the Unbridled Outrage, but it's not going to come quick enough for Toshi as he does fall down. L right now, 4v1 dive under the turret, NX getting a double kill. Can they pick off Joel? And it looks like the Wind Slash is going to connect, and it is. 3 kills to MAHADEWA.
That was a good call, completely by MAHADEWA. There's no one down bottom. They peeled Toshi right away, and there's no way to bounce back. Flash was used as well, so it's like a problem right now. Will they be passively defensive? But good thing, C-Pangs. Yeah, I'm gonna push up top. I need something to trade.
Let's check out the replay, see exactly what happened. Toshi had gotten killed early. L was just under tower, just trying to stay alive, not able to do so. But Gerald was like, I think I can help you, but the Chaos Cinder wasn't great. And that whole initiation, I mean, if he connects on the Chaos, the Cinder, and then it comboed it with the Blazing Brilliance, you might have bursted somebody. But unfortunately, since you didn't, you probably shouldn't have committed for that.
Yeah, that was also a bad position for Gerald to be in. Like, there's an Unruly Blade that can get you right away, and you need to be wary of those on those guys, because there's so much reach, there's so much jump from MAHADEWA to do against you. So if you're Angela, just want to repeat what happened in game number 1, be in the right spot, either the down phase, your frontline defense, or wall, and if that gives you total security in team fight. So looking at the items here, slowly building up the magic push for the Angela. Same thing again, same thing as well. But the challenge is for Anteriori is much needed ingredient in playing team fights as well.
Yeah, it would help them out. I mean, Dominate Esports now on. I mean, look, net worth is a bit of a wash, right? We're both tied. It's not like, you know, they're losing like drastically. They're actually in the lead, as crazy as that sounds. Map control might be a little bit of a problem. MAHADEWA are finding some good fights. They're getting 4 kills, but it's not all about kills.
Coming in with the unbridled outrage against the invincibleness of the extra royalty as well, because obviously we saw him be untargetable, but he didn't actually come through or help there within that team fight in the mid lane. Amy is on the run, already taking a lot of damage from both of those turrets, having to get away, and good provoke from Junkley onto the turret missile.
Yeah, good thing that Enix has a complete push down.
Joel!
Not really good time for 1v1s against Marco Polo.
Hey, I have the lead here. Let me just give it to you, sir. You can hold on to it, Nick.
And he wants to keep doing that.
They
He's
still
maintaining.
wanna roll.
Yeah, they're maintaining the leads down bottom as well. Enix, before he gets on with the team fight, he gotta make sure that the farm lane or the following of DMT is completely compromised. And that's really gets the attention of DMT to get Enix or either go for a counter objective as well.
Yeah, that would actually help right here. I mean, they got a decent pickoff. It was a really nice 3-0, but then all of a sudden they kind of turned it back. But ready?
Yep, ready. He's getting a little bit too close to that T1. He's able to take down. Yep, he does go down. No Doliet, no Celestial Blessing. Going into this further team fight. Axeroidy and Amy trying to split up the team fight as well. A fight on 2 fronts with Mons here in the mid lane. It looks like the Blazing Brilliance is going to connect. Luna tries to dash and gets the kill, try and get the kill onto Doom, but it's not going to come into fruition. But while all that madness was happening, we see that NX gets a neutral objective.
Yeah, this is the question now for Dominator. Was everything worth it? Like, Enix now is a one-man army pushing, taking the objective. He's saying, I got you guys, but he's just a dude right at the Marco Polo just pushing in, getting 2 items already. Just the needed core items for this hero alone to pop off early.
Yeah, and I mean, they committed quite a bit. They tried to go for some kills, but they did at least get the mid T1, so props for that. But they did trade out the Tyrant. Not the greatest of trades for Dominator Esports, and it looks like, oh, they're going to get ambushed here. I think so.
Okay, Cpangs, he's checking the brush with his face and his fist. He's able to not do anything right now, but who does? It's Axeroidy getting the kill onto Cpangs, but that is traded for NX as well, so a lot of damage from the side of MAHADEWA. Gone. The untargetability comes from the ending Sorrow, but there we are. Amy soaking a lot of the damage, and Mons finds him in a little bit too deep. It is a 4v1 at the ruins of the T1 turret, right?
Yeah, with that on his calculation, like, literally Monsters jumped in 4, regardless how Axeroidy was trying to evade that team fight. It was like a very tight spot to be in. He was trying to make a play, but when DMT took advantage and Enix was out of position, it was a goal signal to take everybody in with confidence.
Yeah, it was overconfidence in a way. I don't really know. The Tyrant is going to be picked up here by Dominator Esports, completely starting to control it. I mean, they've gotten some pickoffs. Dominator Esports are back in this game, but they're not really converting them into towers, right? Yes, you get the Tyrant there, but that is like bare bones minimum. They need a little bit more than that.
Yeah, and I think MAHADEWA is not letting go of the bottom lane just yet. We're seeing a 3-man rotate down bottom, just taking another wave for the T2 turret of DNT. They're eyeing to make a hole out of this map for Dominator to be more distracted. But so far, the item is really showing for the minions to fight back.
Yeah, I mean, look. Right now, MAHADEWA needs space. They need time, and it looks like it's going to be based off of NX's split pushing. He's been pushing quite hard in the bottom lane. Now, Cpangs has to recall back, has to deal with this. NX has done a good job of creating space. Now, MAHADEWA need to push in the other lane, in the top lane, to kind of, again, just alleviate some more pressure. Because Dominator Sports, if they want to just deathball 5-man, MAHADEWA really can't fight.
Yeah, it's just the reality of things, guys. Because right now, there's just not so much of a defense from Adolia, and the dude will really have a really hard time to find the right hold up as well for DMT. Like, yeah, Mayin as well need to work together too.
Yes, Mons coming in as well. There's the unbridled light ray just trying to keep them away, but now they're going on a full-scale front assault here from DMT. Amy having to try and get away out of there with your unruly blade. It is going to be Toshi taking him down. They don't have a minion to rock up to the crystal just yet, but Mons is a little bit too lost, trying to do a bit of proxy farming, trying to save this game 2 between MAHADEWA and DMT. Cpangs not letting him leave. He's trying to get him as they rise down here. It's kind of like a 70s cup chase within the gorge.
Actually, Mons right there, super smart.
Yeah.
Stopped away from pushing in. That could have ended the game. So he stopped the minions from pushing in, and he was just able to just do as much damage as possible, and he gets away. That was a profit play by Mons.
Completely got the attention out of DMT to follow. But the good thing as well, they want to keep the cracks covered.
They want to keep going. They want to keep fighting. Enix is in there as well. He gets annihilated in the brush. It's like, hey, they haven't spot me yet, but now I am down. Freddy is leading this front here. They don't have the minions just yet. Mons going for another Hail Mary proxy farm play, but it's not going to be enough here. Taking a lot of damage from both the T1, T2 into the farm lane, mid lane, and now looking for a recall because they need everybody. All hands on deck for MAHADEWA.
It's so smart by Mons. Obviously, they're pushing in the top. They need to hold on this one, but Mons is prolonging the game as much as possible. Those minions have been taken away. He was actually cutting the creeps. Very smart, but the Vanguards are now pushing. Now this is trouble.
This is a lot of trouble. Xurity using the untargetable from the Q1 there, but here comes through a lot of skills from the side of DMT. Just trying to clear those waves, clear those Vanguards to live another day.
Girl, oh my goodness. You really have a great timing here on how to distract DMT. Mons commending you on how the microplay went, but will still be worth the trade though.
Careful, there we are. Freddy going in, doing a lot of damage onto Amy as well, but Marco Polo, Enix doing so much damage just to try and stay in this team fight. Oh, it's going 3-0 trade, 4-0 trade for the side of MAHADEWA. They do it!
Mons with the crucial crowd control. Everything was worthy of a trade. I was really questioning, a loss for words on how to describe where this bigger picture is coming from MAHADEWA.
Yeah, really smart play there by Mons as well as the rest of MAHADEWA. Understanding they don't need to actually overcommit. They were chipping away. Enix did so much damage with the Resplendent Revolver. L was very low before the fight had even started, right? And just chipping them away, they can't recall. They decided to keep fighting. Dominator overstayed their welcome there.
Yeah, we see the mistake there. They were really trying to push the base early by DMT, but there was no minions. That was a good hold from Mons as well by holding on to the top for the Overlord up top. Everything was a very smart move. Let's head back to this replay. Yeah, this was the defense.
I mean, look at this. They go in for this one. Mons had an amazing play. Finds Jurl, gets the pick off, takes out 4. I mean, he had a double kill himself. So Mons really playing it to the T, like cutting the creeps. He's doing everything in his power to give his team a chance.
Yeah, Enix needs to be in the right position here. He got pick off sooner, and I don't know. He's using this as bait because he's the only one who forced out the Blazing Brilliance out of Jurl. So you need to be careful. DMT really had a taste on what was that unfortunate mistake that you don't want to commit once again.
Yeah, but it's about a 4K net worth lead. Dominator's still in the lead for sure. They just need to kind of be a little bit more systematic with how they approach this. Mind you, have you seen those bushes? It's the new, like, what? The vision sprites that kind of spots out. So he provides a little bit more vision as well as creating those bushes. Something new that actually just came out today.
Yeah, a very beneficial like a resource in the later stage of the game because you know everybody could be in a situation you will be surprised. So
yeah.
Okay,
it could be you in the bush. It could be me in the bush. It could be any of us.
It could be someone we know. A lot of the expectations here by Dominator was really slowly being countered by MAHADEWA early on. At some points, like Enix was in a bad position, but man, Mons commending this player, still holding the line, not letting go of hope just yet for Dominator's team.
Game awareness has been on point for Mons, right?
Freddy trying to just kind of bait some skills coming through. The missiles from Mungia are trying to connect and give some vital intelligence over to the side of Dominator Esports, but right now, it could be a do-or-die fight here, right before the Overlord. Xurity goes untargetable right now, Yep as well, just trying to bait some of those missiles coming from Mungia.
No, I mean, Sipangs was shown in the bottom lane, so MAHADEWA know that they don't have full strength at this point. Enix is still sticking around, but it looks like they're going to kind of back off, as now it looks like there's going to be a 5-on-5 brewing.
Yes, a fight on 2 fronts though, right? I mean, you got 3 in the mid lane, you got Mons and Enix trying to go around by the Overlord to try and get a gank from the far side of DMT. But for now, it's looking like there is not going to be a fight. It may just be brewed up here or baited by the Overlord.
Yep, almost half HP on this objective. They're really ringing this bell on who's going to be in the wrong position to step in. But okay, Monsters are in answer ready. Who do you catch here, man? Like, who's your first?
There you go. That's who you catch. Ask the question and you will get the answer right. Mons gets taken down for now. Yep, the next Radiant trying to stop Freddy. Trying to take him down so they don't have the smite. But yes, they have the Zhongfei with the smite still. Blazing Brilliance connects onto Q1, so that has now been exhausted for the side of DMT. Q1 once more takes another blow, but they do take the Shadow Overlord on the side of DMT. C-Banks goes in to try and save Chill, but he does go down. Enix is going to get run down as well. This could be it.
Yeah, and this is the chance of Dominator to completely take the base for themselves. A bad position by Mons that has been committed. This is how they punish. Now they're in the base, marching with minions.
Yeah, speaking of punish, I mean, Freddy's got that Sage's Sanctuary, so he's going to try and get a lot of those skills onto him before he goes down. But we see that Yep takes out C-Pangs. It's already a 2-1 trade within the Crystal. Toshi trying to do a bit of damage over the lines, but we see Mons is taken down. L as well. There is, it comes Freddy to try and get out of there once more with the Wind Slash, with the barrage of attacks from Dune is going to take down Toshi once more. It's not going to end yet.
Yeah, we have the Dragon too. They have super minions as well. Will this be like a way to defend this from MAHADEWA? They have been doing it so well, but will it be enough? Good pushback though. From Enos, we're going back for a replay.
Yeah, let's check out this one. I mean, it was kind of Freddy was playing with fire. Obviously, he had the Sage's Sanctuary, but coming back a little bit low. Shorty dies on this one, but it's a 2-for-2. They actually don't have a lot of numbers. Then L gets picked off, then Toshi gets left for dead. Can't get away from Amy. He's chasing him down. Tough situation. Dominator Esports now, again, has been withheld, so to speak. MAHADEWA survive again.
Yeah, DMT is really rushing to end this base right away, but so far the defense of MAHADEWA has been doing a lot of courage to defend and buy more time. Seeing these items in, they have more ways to completely deflect the damage of DMT right now, but with the pickoff that DMT did, it set things up, right? But if they do manage to get a complete recovery on how to layer things around of DMT, that could mean something else, because at this point in time, yeah, this could still be anybody's ball game.
Yes, could be anybody. I mean, the net worth is like 1.5. Doesn't even matter at this point, right? The only problem is that MAHADEWA have nothing left in their base. A single push, a single team fight loss at this point is game over.
Yeah, and Freddy got a Tyrant too, the enhanced one, so they have damage buff too. So, Waves pushing in, there's no high ground towers left. This is like an elite minions pushing in, a lot of thick ones too with the protection. So man, this is very hard, so they need to play their decisions right. Like who to target here? So far, MAHADEWA,
there we go, trying to force the Wind Slash there. Was Freddy getting into that team fight a little bit early. But right now, this is probably MAHADEWA's last hope. If they're able to take a positive team fight in their favor, they could go for the Tempest Dragon.
Yeah, we haven't seen the Tempest Dragon most of the game. It was every game that they had today was complete like less than 20 minutes. But if they do want to take this route, man, this is a very crucial spot to be in if you're MAHADEWA. If you keep on doing what you have done best by Mons, doing or creating a better situation out of a bad stuff happen just yet, this could be it. But look at the damage here from Toshi and Freddy. They're really pushing it, having the primal button for themselves as well.
Yeah, they're just going to continue to try to push it because, again, I mean, they have to deal with the top lane, which is pushing all the way in. Time is on their side. With these super minions pushing, eventually it'll be more and more difficult for MAHADEWA, so you have a little bit of space. But it looks like, yep, spotting this out, the Tempest Dragon, excuse me, he's going to heal, he's going to go back into his base. But they did kind of start it to kind of just tease them.
Okay. They're really baiting out MAHADEWA to take this objective for themselves, but the problem is, yeah, you guys are right. Time is still with the DMT right now. Having the elite minions pushing on all lanes is a bit of a greater protection. Like full commit of MAHADEWA with the right calculation can buy them wonders, but now Primal Bun is out. You have more damage to go in for this objective.
Yeah, more commitment here. She-Banks going in.
Yep, She-Banks, he's going to go in to just try and keep them away from the Tempest Dragon. It is going to be secured by DMT. Are they going to be able to take a positive team fight here? Zhongfei using the Unbridled Outrage. The Unruly Blade from the Doom comes through. The knockup is a 2-man knockup with C-Banks coming in. He's going to be alive enough to take the damage. We We see the Fever Barrage into the back line as well. The Splendid Reformer doing bits. But right now, Amy was the only one standing between them and the base. It's going to be Freddy leading the minions to the game 2. Oh!
A sweep for Dominator in our last series of the day, showing what they can do against their own representative, man. Still being on top, I respect as well, finishing the series.
Yeah, I mean, finishing it strong. I think that there were definitely some moments where you're kind of like, well, how are they letting, MAHADEWA get back in this game? Mons did a good job of trying to give them a lifeline. They were trying to do whatever they could, but in the end, Dominating Esports, too strong, too powerful, the #1 seed in Group A for a reason.
Yeah, but more of that. Job's not done, but this is like a great way to celebrate on how they won this 2-0. It was there were some glimpses of silver lining we saw from MAHADEWA from that defense. Well, still, I would like to commend Mons on how he dictated most of the distractions all across the map. And it was a very heavy weight to lift, but so far, Dominator learned from that as well.
Yeah. Right, I don't want to undersell what MAHADEWA did. They were very strong, and I think that they were impressive. But also, I think that Dominator was, they showed a couple gaps, which kind of worries me as a #1 seed going in.
Yeah, and we see the kind of like flaw flow through that match, but they try to like mend it, right? But they need to play with time. So we want to know what the thoughts are for the winning team. Let's head over to our stage together with Dominator Esports with our host.